So if you own your own business, it's very important to be organized. You have to be really organized for a number of reasons. You might be overseeing staff. You might be, in charge of dealing with a bunch of different clients. There's a lot of things to worry about, taxes, insurance, bookkeeping, all those different things. So you really do need to be organized as a business owner. And I know that some people are very much naturally organized people and other people aren't whatsoever. So I'm going to give you some tips here on how to get organized as a business owner. I myself, I would say I'm naturally a very organized person, but I do make a point of staying really organized in my business, really staying on top of things. And there are a few tools that I utilize in order to do that. So the first one obviously would be kind of digital organization, where I will use my phone and I'll have a digital calendar. So there's different platforms you can use. I just use a Google Calendar and I will just input appointments, events, and reminders into my phone. And oftentimes I find a thought will come to my mind and then I'll forget it, a few minutes later. So I will just tell Google to leave a reminder in my calendar for 2 hours from now or 4 hours from now, so that I can address it when I'm actually free. Maybe I'm driving and I don't want to make a call or text or anything. I can just verbally indicate to Google to put a reminder in my phone, and I find that to be really useful. So having the calendar, a digital calendar that's going to give you reminders and lay out the appointments and the client meetings and things like that you have, that's tip number one, and that's really useful. The next thing I do is have kind of a daily list that I'm working on. And I'll just have a small notepad like this, and I'll just have, Monday and Tuesday. And so every day when I get to my office, I'll just make a list of things that I need to get done for the day. Is that finishing a project? Is that reaching out to someone? Is that, filing certain forms of tax? Is that fixing a problem or reaching out to someone? There's a bunch of different things that I do throughout the day, and to have a clear list really helps visualize what I need to do, and I can just check those off throughout the day and hopefully get everything done. And that list is very much just focused on that day. The next thing I do is I have kind of like an ongoing projects list. So I'll have like a bigger notebook, and I'll take this home with me. Whereas with the day list, I just leave that at my office. And so with this notebook, I'll have, priorities. So what are the things that I'm working on right now? Sometimes I have projects that take a week. Sometimes I have projects that take multiple months. So I will list them on this under priorities. And then under that, I'll have a list of things I'm waiting for. So responses from other people, or things that I still need to address, but the ball is in someone else's court and I'm waiting to hear back from that, just so that I don't forget about those things, because they are important, but it's not necessarily on me to take the next step. The next thing I'll have on my notebook here is a category for things to address or people to contact. So maybe it's not urgent, but it's something I want to get around to within the next couple weeks or so. Maybe I have to file my collections tax for GST or PST or something like that, and it needs to be done, but not right away, and it's not quite like a project priority. And then I also have other notes for maybe a business group I'm in, or other things I'm involved with, where I just want to have a couple notes for those things that are kind of ongoing projects that I need to address. And so this keeps me very organized, more on like a weekly to monthly basis. And I'll fill this out and then go through it and then start a new one every couple weeks or whatever. And then the last thing I do is I have a physical calendar that I will show you here. So it's not too big, just something I got from a dollar store. So Dollarama here in Canada. So it's just whatever, a few dollars. And it's for the whole month. It allows me to fill in a month. So January, February, whatever month you're in. And then for me, I like that because it's more visual. It's nice to have things in my phone because then I get these reminders on my phone, but I also like having the physical notebooks, the physical calendar, so that I can kind of look back, kind of take a step back and look, what does my month look like? What do I have coming up? What do I need to prepare for? What does that day look like? Should I avoid booking on that day because I already have appointments? So it allows me just to not only stay organized, but very much visualize what my work week or my work month is looking like. So that might seem like a lot of work. Maybe that feels like overkill for some people, and maybe it is. Maybe you don't need all that. Other people probably do more than I do. So it does come down to what you like doing, what works for you and your preferences. But of course, these are really useful tips and tools that I use, and it keeps me very organized. So I do recommend at least utilizing some of them, especially if you're finding you're just not an organized person and you really need to turn that around. Then get in the habit of using these things, because it can be really beneficial. So hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions on business startup or business management, you can just leave a question in the comments section. If you want to check out my other videos on YouTube, I have quite a few that cover topics on business startup and business management. So thanks for watching.